Hello and welcome to my channel. Today on TV Box Top, I have the review of the most versatile Android TV dongle / TV box device for coding and all other movie streaming applications. This device is the Ugoos UM4 Android 7.1 4K streaming media player. So what is it, a TV stick or a TV box? To find out, after the break, I'll be doing a full review on its hardware and features, so stay tuned, you have more in a moment.
Introducing the JmGO M6 portable DLP projector. With 200 ANSI lumens, it provides outstanding brightness enough for a small room. Running on Android 7.0 on the MTK quad-core processor, it provides special magnetic plugs to connect mobile phones using ports such as Lightning connector, USB Type-C, and micro USB connectors. It provides a luxurious home theater experience in 4K and 3D quality, with a projection screen from 30 to 120 inches. With its anti-reflective coated glass, it has the highest light source lifespan in the industry, with over 30,000 hours of usage. These are just some of the many features of the JmGO M6 portable DLP projector. For more information, see the link in the description area.
So I'm back, and before I proceed with the unboxing, I'll just take a quick look at the box that the device comes in. It's got a little weight to it. It's not the usual weight for a TV dongle, kind of making you curious about what's inside. Below the box you have some specifications. It says here that the processor is the RK3328, which is a Rockchip quad-core Cortex A53 CPU, and we'll see what's the maximum CPU clock range in just a second. The GPU is the Mali 450 MP2, which is a dual-core graphics processor with support for HDR10, HLG, and H.265 encoder. It has 2 GB of DDR4 memory, and 16 GB of internal storage. The SD card reader can support cards of up to 64 GB for expandable storage. It runs on Android 7.1.2 operating system. It has dual-band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.0. There's some more information here, but for the sake of time, I'll move on and open the box. So in the box, you have the device itself. You have a remote control. This remote uses infrared technology, together with this IR receiver. This to me is unnecessary. They could have saved you the trouble by simply including a wireless Bluetooth remote in the package. However, a wireless Air mouse or mini touchpad keyboard will be a better option. You get one short HDMI cable. You also get one blue O2G cable for updating the device. You have a 5V 2.5 amps power adapter. One external antenna. And a user manual. Let's take a closer look at the device. The device is made of a plastic black suede type material, with the Ugoos logo printed to the top. On one side, you have one USB 3.0 port, and one USB 2.0 O2G, alongside a ventilation hole. On the other side, you have one reset pinhole button, a micro SD card slot, and an external antenna connector, alongside another ventilation hole. To the front, you have one HDMI 2.0 port, and to the back, you have one audio-video port, a port for the IR receiver, and a DC power input. So I'll now set up this device, and when I return I'll continue. So I've connected the device, and as you can see it's a bit bigger than standard size TV dongles. In this configuration I'm using the included adapter to power the device. However, you can also power the device via USB using the included USB O to G cable. The point I was making earlier about the IR remote is that you already have two cables connected to the device. Now you have to connect a third cable, which is the IR receiver cable, and stick it on a surface in front of the TV using this 3M double-sided sticky tape to allow you to efficiently use the remote to navigate the device. So to avoid this, I recommend using a Bluetooth wireless remote with a dongle receiver. So that's it for the connection, and I'll now start up the device. When you start the device, you are greeted with the Ugoos animation logo. This takes a few seconds. Then you are taken to a settings wizard. Once you have completed this step, then you are taken to the launcher. So this is the launcher. The launcher takes the format of standard mobile devices, and it has the same design as the Nova launcher. The launcher comes with a navigation bar and status bar for multitasking, and the ability to add shortcuts via drag and drop feature, and the same works for removing apps. However, this only works for mouse and touchpad keyboards. The stock remote does have a button to pull up the multitasking window, but it doesn't have a mouse feature. In the apps section, all you have is the usual set of system apps. There's no movie streaming applications or social media apps, not even the YouTube application. So I'll install my usual set of system information and benchmarking applications, and when I return I'll continue. To start this segment, I'll check to see if the TV dongle is rooted. It shows that the dongle is not rooted, running on Android 7.1.2 Nougat operating system. From reading through the user manual, I understand that Yugoos gives you the option to root the firmware from inside the settings area if you so choose. This is quite interesting, so I'll now try to root the system using this option. So I'll check the root again to see if it's now rooted. That's just fantastic. It shows that the dongle is now rooted. This is the first manufacturing brand to provide such an option that was never available before. You also have the option to turn it off anytime it's necessary. So 2 thumbs up to Yugoos for providing this feature. And now I have the DRM information. The results are the same. The UM4 doesn't have the necessary DRM support for Netflix and other premium streaming services to show in 4K quality. All paid streaming services will play on this dongle, but in standard 720p resolution. This doesn't affect other apps like Kodi and other free streaming services from playing in HD and 4K quality. And now for a quick run through of its system and hardware information. So the manufacturer is Ugoos, and the model is the Ugoos UM4. It comes with 2 GB of DDR4 RAM, and 16 GB of internal storage. This dongle has expandable storage up to 32 GB via SD card. The CPU is the Rockchip RK3328 quad-core 64-bit processor, running up to 2.0 GHz. I'm surprised that this dongle is clocked at 2.0, unlike most TV boxes that are clocked at 1.5. It also has support for 32 and 64-bit ABIs, which means that it can run both 32 and 64-bit applications. The GPU is the ARM Mali 450MP graphics processor, with a refresh rate of 60 Hz. It has dual-band Wi-Fi support, and Wi-Fi Direct is supported. It runs on Android 7.1.2 Nougat operating system, and again it shows that the box is rooted. The dongle runs around 60 to 75 degrees Celsius. It comes with the usual set of codecs for streaming 4K videos such as H.264, HEVC and VP9 encoding. That's it for system and hardware information. It's now time for the benchmarks. I'll start with the memory read and write speeds. The Ugoos UM4 has a RAM copy speed of 3304 MB per second. The internal storage has a read speed of 106 MB per second and a write speed of 39. And the SD card reader has a read speed of 14 MB per second and a write speed of 10. These results are consistent with other devices built on the RK3328 hardware. Next, I have the results from the Wi-Fi speed test. The results show that the UM4 has very good Wi-Fi reception. From the results you can see the dongle hit the maximum speed of my internet package of 40 MB with every try. We can safely say at this point the UM4 is a TV dongle, because it doesn't come with an Ethernet LAN port. I'll now show the results of the Antutu benchmark. And it shows a score of 33,359 and over. This score is average for this TV dongle. I have seen higher scores from devices like the H96 Pro TV stick. I now have the results of the Geekbench 4 CPU benchmark. The results show that the UM4 got 556 single-core and 1,395 multi-core. These scores are consistent with other Rockchip RK3328 devices. The final benchmark is the Ice Storm Extreme GPU benchmark. And it shows that the Yugoos UM4 got an Ice Storm Extreme score of 2,169. This score is low when compared to the H96 Pro TV stick. I now turn my attention to Kodi and other movie streaming applications. The latest version of Kodi installs directly from the Google Play Store, and I already went ahead and installed some of the popular movie streaming add-ons taken from popular YouTube channels like The Solar Man, and a couple of other channels, so be sure to subscribe to their channels, as they release some great Kodi content on a regular basis. You also have apps like Terrarium TV that provide unlimited streams of movies and TV shows. However, these are not available on the Google Play Store. You have to visit the individual sites and download the APKs and install them on the dongle manually. I'll now run some 4K video samples. All the 4K samples ran okay, but if you are using external storage, make sure it has the required speed to use the USB 3.0 port, as playing 4K at 60 frames per second from a standard flash drive with slow data rates can result in poor video quality. I'll now run the YouTube application to see what's the highest resolution we can get. YouTube runs only up to 1080p quality. This is due to most Android streaming devices not having the sufficient hardware to support the VP9 encoder. For my final demonstration, I'm going to run a game. But before that, I just want to show you the new gamepad feature that allows you to map your gamepad buttons for better compatibility with certain games. This feature is not always necessary, as certain games already have gamepad compatibility. So be sure to check that out before you create profiles that confuses the game. However, it can come in handy as the Dongle's Super SU application doesn't grant the right permissions for my key mapping app to work. So for this demonstration, I'm playing a first-person shooting game called Dead Effect 2. This game is compatible with gamepads, so there's no need for key mapping features. Please note, this game is rated 17+ with lots of shooting, so parental discretion is advised. The game ran okay, with smooth graphics and sound quality. In fact, I ran this game on other devices and this dongle beats back some of them. If you were paying attention to the temperature monitor, you would have seen it raised to 90 degrees, so be careful with that, as prolonged overheating can damage the device. A passive cooling fan would have been ideal, but the way the dongle is designed it's difficult to apply any sort of cooling device. So in summary, the Yugoos UM4 TV dongle has some pros and cons. I'll start with the positives. The launcher comes with a navigation bar and it has the same features of the Nova launcher. It's the first Rockchip Android TV dongle with a CPU clock range of 2.0 GHz. It comes with DDR4 memory. The dongle is the first Android device I've seen that grants you the option to manually add and remove root access on your device. It has very good Wi-Fi reception with the included Wi-Fi antenna. It plays 4K videos at 60 frames. It's also the first device I've seen to implement a gamepad key mapping feature in the settings area. It has a USB 3.0 port for fast data transfer. And it plays 3D games quite well. On the flip side, the dongle should have come with a wireless Bluetooth remote and not have to use an extra IR cable. The dongle can rise to 90 degrees during gaming, so don't game too much on this device. YouTube play up to 1080p only, it cannot play in 4K quality. The Super SU application didn't grant me full permissions to use my personal key mapping application. So the Yugoos UM4 is the most versatile TV dongle I've come across to date. It has features not even seen in TV boxes, and under heavy usage it never froze up unexpectedly due to overheating. So I'm giving the Yugoos UM4 TV dongle the green light for purchase. If you are interested in this device, a link to my website where you can find a discount coupon code can be found in the description area below this video. Thanks for watching. If the information contained in this video proved useful, click the like button. If you enjoyed this video, share it with like-minded friends, and don't forget to click the subscribe button for more TV box stop presentations.